Studios. You're welcome back to Good Morning Anambra right here on ABS TV. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. All right, the topic we'll be exploring this morning is stopping domestic violence. But then we'll add it, we'll say it like this, stopping wife domestic violence. Because when we look around, as recently we've seen videos, we've seen pictures of women that have been battered, even people that lost their life as a result of the violence they suffered at home. And it's very important that we talk about it here on ABS. Yeah, we've been talking about it, but we will keep on saying it. We keep on shouting until this battering is reduced to the barest minimum. We have with us this morning Blessing Chinenye. Blessing Chinenye David is a writer and a civil rights activist. Chinenye, welcome to the program. We also have with us this morning Barrister Ifechukwu Dan Jacobs. He's a legal practitioner. Barrister, you're welcome.
Thank you, the presenter. Viewers, you are welcome to the program.
All right, let's start with our civil rights activist this morning, Chinenye. I would like us to understand actually what domestic violence is all about. Let's start from there. So that we understand that we lay foundation and understand where people will understand where we're coming from.
Thank you so much. I'll first of all, like you said, define domestic violence. Okay, it can be called intimidate partner violence, and it can be defined as a pattern of behavior in any relationship that is used to gain or maintain power or control over an intimidate partner. Are you getting me? So in this case, I find that this violence, domestic violence, as in, is most, I don't know how to put it, as in sometimes it's found that women are mostly abused, because they are a kind of weak or weaker vessel. Are you getting me? There's no way you can compare a man to a woman. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So that's why in most cases women are mostly abused in relationships and also marriages. Okay.
We have not even started talking about people that are being most abused. So we just want to establish what domestic violence is.
Yes.
Okay, you've done that. And Barrister, I would also like, because you are the man in the house this morning, I would also like to hear from you what actually you would classify as domestic violence, or the things, yes.
Well, domestic violence can simply be defined as a situation that occurs when a partner, an intimate partner, is trying to gain unnecessary control over the other partner, okay, by using any means available to him or her. When such a thing happens, instead of discussion or dialogue or consent, use force. We call it domestic violence.
Okay. All right. Having established that, let's now talk about the women who are the worst hit when we talk about domestic violence. And now we are actually exploring the topic, stopping wife domestic violence. So we are looking at women generally today, yeah, because we know that there are people that are most battered in their marriages. Now, let me come back to you, Barrister. Now, as a man, are there things that your wife can actually do that would push you to actually, let's even start from hitting her?
Well, from my background and where I was being groomed as a child up to a man, I will not introduce to such a situation. And I won't learn it at my older age. I thank God since I got married to my wife, personally, from even up to today, you would think that we just got married yesterday because of the way we relate with each other. If issues arise, why not discuss it? Reach understanding. And you know that when you don't tolerate, that is where the problem lies. There's no perfect human being on earth. You must learn how to tolerate your partner in a marriage, in a relationship, not only marriage. In a relationship, tolerate your partner. Give him or her sense of belonging. At all time, don't show unnecessary arrogance. Even if you are the breadwinner or you are everything in the house, respect that person you have chosen as your lover.
Okay. Now, Chinenye, we've seen the stories of women that have been battered, even the people that lost their life. We have two stories from Newi, but it's not as if that we are victimizing the Newi people, but I'm just trying to make people understand where I'm coming from. Okay, so as a woman, what do you think could actually be the cause or causes of violence at home?
Okay, as a woman, what could cause this domestic violence at home can maybe when a woman is trying to be disrespectful to the man, you know, when the woman is trying to, when we go against the will of the man in most cases. I can understand. So I know, it also take me to a story. A lady told me on Sunday after church dismissal that weighed me down a bit. You know, after her story, I began to sober for her. I felt so bad. You know, she came after service on Sunday and she complained that her husband slapped her. And she could not even, as of the slap, she couldn't even hear with her left ear. He slapped her and her left ear got blocked, that she's even on medication as I'm talking to you now. Are you getting me? So what caused the slap and the crisis they had was just because the woman could not prepare food with her own money as she normally does. Can you imagine? The man came home and was like, is there no food in this house? This woman, doesn't that, okay, I have to come home and start preparing food, I have to, she started abusing the woman. Before the woman could know it, the woman even, kept quiet. As a result, that she doesn't even want to argue with the man again because she doesn't want any problem, with him. But yeah, the woman came, as the man came where she was lying on the bed, poured her water and dragged her up from the bed. Before she could know it, the man slapped her and she fell on the floor. Are you getting me? So, in this case now, let's say, I want to say that the woman was disrespectful. Are you getting me? So most men, sometimes, I don't know whether if I should say that they have what is called temperament. They can't even control their anger in most cases. Are you getting me? So what could cause domestic violence when it comes to a woman is when the woman is trying to be disrespectful or work against her own way. But in this case now, I don't have to blame the woman for anything. Are you getting me? I don't have to blame the woman for anything. I have to blame the man for having been able to, having been unable to control her temperament, his temperament or his anger over the woman.
So in other words, there are so many other causes, so many other things that can actually spur someone to hit the other partner in a relationship, in marriages, right?
Of course. Most of the time, when the other partner feels insecurity at home.
Hold your thoughts. Okay, go ahead.
When a partner felt not being secured, like this case she related to now, if you reason over it, the man is not providing for the home, but he still wants to be eating every day. Then he wants to intimidate that woman to submission, to make her to be providing at all costs, even against all odds, which is very bad. So most of the time, this occurs because he felt he has started to look down on me. It's our responsibility to provide food. It's not the responsibility of the woman. Both parties ought to join hands together. If the woman could not have something to prepare that day, when you come back, you look for something else to do to make sure that there's something to eat. As the man, the head of the family, you should not raise your hand against the wife because she could not provide the food. It's very wrong. Anger, actually, one of the causes. Insecurity.
Insecurity, okay.
In home. Most of the time, illiteracy.
Okay.
Yes, of course. Because a highly educated person with enough knowledge, we know why the person should not go into such area of life. And at times,
I don't quite agree with you on that because I've seen highly educated people.
I said most of the time, not although both educated. Some educated illiterates exist in the society. You know that education is not just to read and write, but to refine you as a human being. If education could not refine you as a human being, you can only read and write. You're an educated illiterate.
What about children that grew up in an environment where their father always battered their mom. Don't you think that when these people grow up, they would think that this is the way of
They
life?
learn the culture of violence from home, which is another issue that we need to look into. Parents should be careful what they do before their children. Because the children learn from home. The first place of learning from home. When they see that maybe the father or the mother is abusing each other, they will think it's a normal way of living, which is very bad. What is the essence of our religious teachings? In our churches, they teach us love, peace. Most of the problem we have in the homes is that some of our people no longer believe in the teachings of the Word of God. If you actually know that God created man and woman in his own image, you will respect the image of God.
We have even seen pastors batter their wives.
I know what I mean. That somebody is a pastor doesn't make him a child of God. It's a choosing vocation. Somebody can decide to be a pastor, but the truth is not in him or her. As I am today, I'm not a pastor, but I don't boast of that. Most of them, I can see there's some elementary issues in the region, which they don't know. So important is to, whatever profession you choose, allow the profession to pass through you, not going through the profession.
Okay, before now, it's not as if this is a new thing. This is a new trend. We know that wife battering have been going on even before now, even in the days of our forefathers. But now it seems that it's on the increase. What actually do you think is actually the problem now with this generation?
I don't. In most cases, I don't know. Okay, based on the case of the woman that I just spoke about, she even told me that. That she said denying her husband. That is because of that. Women are emotional. So as a result of what the man has been doing to her, the woman started avoiding the man. Even though the man is asking her to come over and stuff like that, and to have a kind of intimacy with the wife, she will refuse. I was asking someone last night, a man also. So the man said that particular thing can also cause anger. I guess in me, or can also provoke the man. Towards abusing the woman or even disliking her. I get in that particular action of the wife. When maybe some ladies do normally do that. Even some wives, when a man maybe offends their husband offends them, they try to maybe deny the man and avoid the man. When as sexually, so it can also this thing cause problem. Domestic violence can also provoke the man.
And should that be a justification for you to hit your wife?
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. No. It shouldn't be. When your wife starts to avoid you, what you have to do is for you to, try to, issue, iron things out with her. Are you getting me? You have to try to iron things out with her. It's not something that is involuntary. Are you getting what I'm saying? It's not something that is voluntary. When someone starts to deny his wife or her husband her body or his body, it's not something that is normal. I guess it's something that must have caused that, must have led to that. So what we're supposed to do at that moment is for you to iron things out with her, call her to order, ask her, what is the problem, and what is it? Have I offended you in any way? What have I done to you? Two of you should iron things out as partners that love each other and not fighting her, or trying to even force her. So some men normally do that. Yes, they force their wife. They force themselves of their wives, you see. So
Okay.
which is not, acceptable at all, honestly.
I also want us to be very practical this morning so that people will understand, because this particular issue has been eating into the fabrics of so many marriages these days, that you hardly see couples that are really happily married. You know that so many people are going through a lot, but some people will decide to just keep quiet, and that's why so many people die in silence. You can see the issue of Osinachi Nwachukwu. She has been, from what we heard, she has been battered for years, and she kept on, shielding the husband, and at the end of the day, it resulted to her death. Now, as a man, if your wife annoys you, just like she said that most time it's because of annoyance, out of anger, that's why you should so many men leave their hands on their wife. Now, if you get annoyed by some of the actions by your spouse, by your wife at home, what do you do as a man?
If there is a situation that makes you to feel that you are being provoked or annoyed by your wife, it's not something that will lead to violence, beating. Why not talk it over? Why are you partners? You are partner to discuss for the well-being of yourself, your family, and the relations. You talk it over. You know, we have different kind of abuse: physical abuse, sexual abuse, financial abuse, emotional abuse, and one lead to another. Do you get the point? Physical abuse, like this example she gave now, the man have abused that woman physically. They led down to sexual abuse.
Honestly.
You see the problem? So the issue is that before you make choice of a partner, please, that's the essence of courtship. You will see the sign from beginning, whether you're compatible or not. If you are not compatible, please, for any reason, no matter any other issue you are concerned, drop it. Life first, before any other issue. You might think about money, because the problem we have today in marriages, most of young people today go into marriages not because of love. It's because of material possession. You don't know how the wealth is being, the guy got the wealth, or the important thing, when you love one another and you are hardworking, you will still reach there. And when our marriages started, the foundation is love, there's no way that cord will be taken away. It's when the cord of love is taken away, violence comes in. But when the cord or that love still bind the partners together, the Bible says that love overcomes everything, overlooks everything. Even if, first and foremost, if you love your wife, even if she did something other people consider wrong, you will still find reason to tolerate her. You won't get annoyed. Even at times people will be accusing her of using a spell on you, holding you bound. No, because you love her. You cherish and appreciate her. So before going into a relationship, make sure the person you are going to relate with is somebody you are in love with. That's first and foremost, to stop this. So personally, not because we are here. I have not even have a situation to raise my voice high against my wife, talk less of raising my hand to beat her. Well, for what? If she cannot, if there is issues or a domestic issue she could not do before I return, and I find out that maybe she's weak, I will help her. That's why we are there, to complement each other.
Okay, Chinenye, coming back to you now, we notice that, just like I said earlier, that some women or some people that are going through this particular situation, you see that they actually hold it within themselves. They don't like speaking out. And at the end of the day, just like we saw the one going viral on the social media, the one at Nne with the woman that just died. At the end of the day, some people, it will lead to their death. Some people, God may just intervene and they will get out of the marriage. But then I want to ask you as a woman, because I want us to be very practical now. What do you think are the reasons why women go through such situation and still feel that, yeah, it's still their duty to keep their homes together, to stay with their husband, to take care of their children, that yes, it's for better and for worse? You know,
and one reason why women do keep quiet and try to stay in their marriage no matter what is because of their children. It's not that easy for a woman to, that have passed through child birth, that have given birth, to children, to leave them because of what the man is doing. They will prefer to take care of their children. They even, at the point, said they will even transfer that love they have for that man to their children. That's for them to keep their children, train them to any level they wish to be. Are you getting me? So it's not that easy for a woman to live. Unlike me, I can't do it, no matter what. You don't think I have to do, maybe at a point, what I have to do to get my children away from that house Are you getting me? But I can't just leave my children and run away. It's not possible. As in, I can't feel comfortable anywhere. I can't feel comfortable. Are you getting me?
Even if your life is being threatened.
If my life is being threatened, I have to go first. Then I have to come for my children later. I'll have to get my children later. By all means, I will have to. Are you getting me? So it's not that easy for a woman. That is why they keep quiet. And also because of the position of the man. Maybe the man is the man of God, is the pastor. She will be protecting the man's image. Maybe so the ministry will not, scatter or something like that. Are you getting me? The lady that was complaining, she said that the man is a pastor, a man of God. And even when I wanted, at a point I said that I would tell somebody, I'll have to, She said, no. Please, I should just keep it to myself. I don't want anything to happen to the mass ministry. Are you getting me? So she was so scared of even saying it out. Not that because she was sick. Are you getting me? She wasn't feeling fine. That was even why she opened up and was crying. And so most cases it's not that easy. Not because of the man's position in the society. The woman will try to protect the man's image. Secondly, because of the children. It's not easy.
Don't you think again that stigmatization against divorcees and also single mothers are some of the reasons why women decide to stay in their marriages?
Yes, sometimes, like you just said, it's also based on what the society will say. Like this case of Wusnachi now, she was a gospel artist. Are you getting me? A minister. How do you mean she left her marriage because of domestic abuse? They will have some people have started even insulting her. They won't like to listen or even invite her for any program again. Are you getting me? They will start to who you? How can you? How can you, a woman of God like you? How can you leave your children, abandon your home like that? This, that. They will speak to her. They will insult her, and by so doing, she will, she might even lose her position as a gospel minister. Are you getting me? So because of that, she tried to keep quiet to avoid, letting any other person know about it. She tried to keep it to her death. You see, so most people, because of what the society will say, they will try to, die in silence by saying it out. Are you getting me?
Okay.
Honestly, I'm getting emotional. It's not
to keep quiet.
Yes.
Very, very wrong. We have marriage counselors. You have, even if that man is a pastor, no matter the profession, you have professional colleagues you can trust. Engage his close associates to intervene on time. It's only the living that trains children. It's only the living that talks about stigmatization, isn't it? Once you are dead, you are dead. Like this Nachi now, she protected that man to a fault. Had it been she opened up to GS of that church, the database she attended, I'm sure the man of God, Paul and Eche, would have called them privately and waded into that matter and keep it within himself and within that family. So the women, when such issue arise, don't keep quiet. Even the Bible says, if a brother offend, call another one or two brothers to report that person to and discuss it. Possibly if he repent, you get him back. But if you allow him to continue in that wrong way, you're encouraging that ill in the society to continue. Open up, speak up. Talk to people that will help, not to talk to the whole world. Look for close associates, close friends, relations. What about your parents? I know of a woman, the husband was abusing. But the husband, when she was trying to avoid letting even the family know. But when she entreated to a friend, a female friend, he said, what, have you told your father? I said, no. Why not tell your father about this? To know if he can intervene. And by the time she reported the matter to the father called them. They discussed. He gave that young man stern warning. If you dare raise your hand against my daughter again, I will make sure I will deal with you in a way you will not like it. Because you knew that the father is a very strong man. But why dying? Why not relate to your close relations, to friends? Why protecting him even up to people that you know, that they should know the secret about the family?
I think sometimes they threaten the women, threatening them that if you ever try to let this out in the public, that they are going to deal with it. Sometimes they even threaten you with your children, that they are going to harm them. So you see some of them keeping quiet and being afraid.
Keep quiet, that threat will be carried out. But if you open up and let close people to friends, relations to know, that threat will go to nowhere. Let me tell you, if you have somebody threatens you, and because of fear of that threat, you kept quiet, he will go ahead and carry it out. But when you cry out, you will know that people have known what.
Well, I think that's the essence of also sitting down here and discussing this issue, that so many people that have found themselves in this situation, when you are even being threatened, that it's time for you to speak out. That's why we are here this morning, to enlighten people more on domestic violence. You need to open up. You need to speak out. So it's okay. But right now, let's go on a short break. Let's hear what the people out there have to say about what we are talking today, that is stopping wife domestic violence. Let's hear from them.
You should know that women are the weaker vessel, and they should treat women as their own body. Women, in another sense of it, should imbibe the rules and regulations of God, that are the primordial, the example to follow in every given society. Women should be protected in an area of consequence of rape, and when a woman, the husband dies, and the consequence of the family trace to the woman should be guided within the society, even the kindred.
The violence against women is increasing really. It seems that all women, most of the women are in bondage because of the way their husband is treating them. You can see a family that started well, they have children, 4, 5, 6. Before you know it, the man will go for another woman. If we have a law is okay for this thing, so that men will come to their senses. For that of a widow, we don't know where to start, because it is a norm, it's a general, that once you are living with your husband, happily you are living with other of the brothers and sisters. Once the person is deceased, oh, come and see, you don't have any right in that family. And that is the cause of all these things in the society, because disorders home come to make a society, and the society is in chaos because of all these things. If husband and wife will stay at home, bring their children up in a godly home, we have a better society.
I beg you, I beg you, tomorrow, one person I look on one. Oh my God, what am I mad at? Like for the nafu, I put us now working at the Demataki 9 years more, 8 years more, even 10 years. Was it? And I always saw someone to go and go to the mother of my life jail. Then I've been on Kedina Wuya. Yeah, man, I didn't know now. I'm going now. Why not in me? Now you open an Akalaki and I wouldn't care. More as support to work in 18. Government, my wife, to any more that would do my fire. Come on, Alo, when I was not.
Yeah, Basara. Iji ụmụ nwanyị emezi football. It's too much. Ụmụ nwoke na-use ụmụ nwanyị as for saying that there's no ụmụ nwanyị is nothing. If you work in a society, see you got sit down, you're a woman. Is that mean that now one young is right as a person? I've been a village because of neighbor wine, and they deprive on a lot because of neighbor wine. It says as now one young is power to talk. They have to have a value to a woman. I could see my mom one you wear uru, wine dimpa. Without woman, in fact, even in a family self, I believe that one wouldn't work that survive without wine and all their narcotic. Only you work with a government, tinye, each way nature.
All right, you're welcome back to the show. We've heard what the people have to say. It's almost, they are re-echoing what we have been saying here, that you cannot actually, one woman said that you cannot actually give what you don't have. When you grow up in a family where you watched your mother being battered by your father, you grow up and thinking that that is the way of life, and you keep on going in that direction. If you listen to one of the interviews, they interviewed the son of that Osina Chinwachukwu. You heard when the son was actually confessing that the dad, we always tell them that beating a woman is a normal thing. So in that situation, how do you change the mindset of the people that have already grow up in an environment where they witnessed violence in their homes?
Through rehabilitation. You can rehabilitate people. by letting them to know that that idea, that training or teaching was basically wrong. That is the right way to go. By the time you give the person one or two examples and know the implication, you might start to think otherwise and amend. So orientation, rehabilitation can do the work.
Rehabilitation. Okay, Chinai, do you think also that some people could actually be influenced by their friends? Now, somebody told me that when she was dating the husband, that he never for a day laid his finger on her. But suddenly, when they got married, like 10 years after, the husband started hitting her. And she's now saying that it could be as a result of the company that the husband keeps. So do you think that at a time, the friends or peer pressure can actually push one into hitting his partner?
Yeah, it's very possible. You know, there's a case that came up. I was just last month. You know, when in the case of a man that has friends, maybe when the man goes out and sees what other his friends or other people are doing to his wife, to their wife, sorry, he will come back home and start practicing it. Are you getting me? If other men, maybe his friends are throwing their, beating their wives or throwing the woman back away or trying to, reject their wives, he will come back home and start to practice it. If other men start to, avoid their wives or, he will come back home and start to also avoid the woman, even when the woman have done nothing to him. Are you getting me? So it's very possible. It's very possible. Peer groups and friends can influence a man, can also influence a woman. Most women, when they go to salon or places to maybe they do hang up with their friends, they discuss some issues about men. And there's some people will start bringing ideas. Look at how I used to treat my husband at home. Look at how if he tries, hit him, slap him, break his head with this thing. Are you getting me? And the woman will go home and say, yes, try it again now. They will start fighting. Before you know, it's the woman that is vulnerable, maybe a woman that is weak. The man will start. Are you getting me? So that is, it's possible.
So do you also, now I'm asking you a personal question, fighting back, would that solve this problem?
There's no way a woman can fight a man. It's not possible. Like me, unlike me, I can't even fight my younger brothers when we were still, when I was still in my father's house. Sometimes when they shout at me, I become very scared. I'm the first daughter. Are you getting me? And I'm their senior. Are you getting me? But when I'll be like, sorry, please. I get it because he's a man. That's something I can do to him. I get it. I will be protecting my eye, my head, my ear, so that I will not get hurt. I get it. So there's no way a woman can fight a man. It's not possible. It's just one rib of the man. I get me. So it's not possible. It can't solve the problem.
You should not fight back physically, like fighting back. How should a woman fight back when you find yourself in this situation?
Yes, by speaking out, telling people. I get me, going to human rights activists, reporting the man. Once a man tries to abuse you, just silently, don't even allow him to know. If you allow him to know, he will kill you before you get me. So just silently, maybe when he goes to work, leave the house, go to somewhere, go to talk to people, report him. I get me, report him to human rights lawyers, report him to somebody that is above him. The person will fight him and he will know that he's not supposed to do this sort of a thing. Are you getting me? Okay. He's not fighting physically. He can't fight him.
All right, Barrister, I know that Nigeria specifically, they have not really enacted law against domestic violence, but we have the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, that is VAP, that was passed in 2015, whereby there is protection for a wide range of violence, including domestic violence. Now, are we having issues with implementation?
Well, you know that most of the time, the laws are there. It's not left for the people to explore or exploit the provisions of the law. Like this case of Osinachi, she never reported anywhere. Okay. How would the law take it to due course? Do you get the point? It's when you are hurt by another person and the law says such should not happen, you report. Then that person will call to come and answer. Explain why the law will not take it due course on him. If you fail to explain, the law will take it due course. The law enforcement will not be going from house to house to know who and who has been abused or well. No, when you are being abused or when there is any violence against you, you report to the relevant authorities to take it up and look into the matter. Maybe bring the culprit to book. Okay. That's another way to solve the problem in the society. Our society should learn how to speak out.
Now, as neighbors, as friends, as family members of people that are, how can we help?
People that are already in this situation, that are still alive, because those that are dead, it's over. Those that are still alive should start to speak out. Go to relevant authorities, relevant agencies to help. You can go to your priest that wedded you and report that man to that priest. You can go to your close relations. If your parents are, if your brothers are, report the man to the brothers and sisters. Let them know what is happening. Let them come in and help. Don't keep quiet. Don't listen to the threat, I will kill you, I will heal. Such will never happen. If you keep quiet, that threat will be carried out. But if you report, they will look into it. Even they might even talk sense into such a person. Remove that animal side of him.
Well, I also want to ask again, culturally, are there things that we can do, like coming, maybe if you report to the traditional stew, that there are ways they can come in to settle this kind of scuffle?
Of course. In our traditional setting, even in palace, if a wife or is being abused or a husband being abused, because his wife was out, some women abuse their husband, you can report that person, even to their women meeting, or to their men meeting. They will look into the matter and resolve it. Even in Igbo tradition, there is a way we handle domestic violence. Culturally, if you beat our daughters unnecessarily and she came to report, we invite our son-in-law, come, why are you beating her? After looking into the matter, if our daughter is wrong, we advise her, don't do this, but never beat her again. If there is anything she does wrong, report to us. But if he tries it again, there's a way we say, "That is a jog wada." A jog wada, bamboo wada, born or one way we beg. So there is a need to maintain that issue of communication, reporting. You don't just keep quiet.
Okay, let's know who is here. Hello. Okay. Finally, from Chinenye, what's your advice to women undergoing this situation right now?
Okay, my advice today is to learn to speak out. And I've used on Sunday, and a complaint to me concerning, she ran to her father's house. Okay, the man left for work the next day. Are you getting me? So when the man was away from home, she came back from her workplace and picked her things with her children, 3 kids, and ran to her father's house to report. Well, my anger was that her father invited the man to come over, and he refused to come. And now the lady will have been asking, what should she do? Should she go back to the man and start pleading? And the man is not even remorseful, even to call her, plead with her, send messages, at least to show remorse. He was so aggressive that why should he even go and report him to his, to her father? You see, so I advise him to speak out. When you are, abused in such a way that you don't, speak out. Tell people, tell your father, let people know about it.
All right. Let's know who is here. Hello, good morning. Okay. We also have some comments from our Facebook page this morning. Chika Dibia Onije said, educational system is toxic. And then he still went ahead to say, people are getting married for the wrong reasons. Gracious Grace, men need to understand that women also have right to speak. And then men need to marry the one they love, because if you love your wife, you can't imagine yourself beating her for any reason. And then Slim says, okay, he's watching from Taraba State. Thank you so much for your comments this morning, Slim, Chika Dibia, and Gracious Grace. Let's know who is here. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, good morning. Let's go. Your word of advice before we go.
Well, my advice to couples is that they should learn how to live in peace, tolerate one another. No perfect human being exists here on earth. Tolerance will do the work. Tolerate each other, no matter what. Don't beat each other for any reason.
All right. And also get married to someone you love. You said it earlier, and and the gracious grace is actually saying that. And also, don't marry for the wrong reasons. That's from Chika Dibia. I want to say a very big thank you to you for joining us on the show this morning. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. See you again tomorrow. Bye.
Ichekatanigo echiche wee sị kedu ebe a na-esi ebute aja niile anụnwa na-eji wee na-alụ ụlọ otu aka ọlụ aka nke tata si wee bụla anyị wee jee n'ebe a na-ebupụta aja n'ime oke osimiri